What is a switch statement? Switch is nothing but a multi-way branching where you have to choose one option among multiple given options and to display it or print the output. See, we do use break and continue based on our desired output. Like if you get desired output in very first attempt, you can use break statement so that you can come out of the loop and continue to print all the things there. Based on our desired output or requirements, we do use switch or break, and default will be there in each and every switch statement. Coming to global variables have the scope in the entire program and are declared above the main section or below the header files or your comment sections. What is a pointer? Pointer is nothing but it holds the address of the variable, and compared to arrays, pointers occupy less memory, and variables can be accessed very quickly. Like we have addresses of the variables, so referring to the address you can access the variable very easily. Pointer declaration goes like this: int a equal to 10. So pointer is address of a. Now let's see what is a stack. A stack is nothing but last in first out. Last in first out implies whatever element you have inserted last will be coming first out. So we have push and pop operations here in stack, where with push operation you insert all the elements and with pop operation you remove all the elements. Top is always equal to -1 in stack for an empty stack, and for pop operation you use top is top -1, that is you reduce the top, whereas in push operation you increment the top each time you insert an element into the stack. What are header files? Header files are nothing but standard input output files or functions. Those are predefined, and printf, scanf, all these are predefined in those header files. So if you use printf, scanf, you must and should use #include stdio.h, #include conio.h. If you want to use any mathematical functions like square root, cube root, anything, you have to use math.h for pi values and all. Now this factorial using recursion and non-recursion, this factorial kind of problems, Armstrong number, perfect number, all these basic problems are must. Before you appear for the interview, keep in mind that you know all these programs. Even I am preparing for my Capgemini interview, so thought this might help you and made a video. So in factorial using recursion is nothing but you call the function recursively. So here in right hand side you can see if n is equal to 0, return 1, else return n into fact of n minus 1. This is the logic of factorial. And this here in left hand side, it's all about entering how many numbers you want, what factorial of what number you want and all, and function call and printing that. So the main logic lies here. Right hand side you can see that if n is 0, return 1, else return n into fact of n minus 1. Coming to pointers, what is a null pointer? Null pointer is also called as universal or void pointer, where it points to any object or data type like int, float, etc. What is nested loop? Loop inside loop is called nested loop. Nested loop, you can do this program. Find the largest of 3 numbers or find the smallest of 3 variables given or 3 numbers given. Nested loop you can use there. You have to tell how Java is object-oriented programming, pure object-oriented programming. You have to give few reasons like it's portable, it's secure. Security is the main reason actually. Security because it has got access specifiers like private, public, protected, where in procedure object-oriented programming like C we did not. If you're asked how Java is portable, you can say JVM makes it by running bytecode. So that makes it portable. So once the JVM converts your given .java files into .class files, and then your JVM converts into bytecode, that bytecode can be run anywhere on any compiler or any machine or any computer, another computer. So that makes Java portable. That is, write once and run anywhere or any computer. Here this shows the typical diagram of JVM and typical diagram of differences between JVM, JRE and JDK. JVM converts bytecode, or here we have used JIT compiler, whereas Java runtime environment provides is coupled with JVM as well as applets and libraries, and Java development kit. It's compiler plus debugger plus JRE and JVM. All these combinations makes JDK. Capgemini mainly concentrates on DBMS and SQL part. So what is DBMS? DBMS is a software for monitoring or maintaining and organizing large collection of datasets so that you can access it easily using queries. Like advantages is it reduces your chances of losing data by redundancy, data recovery. It has fast access, it is secure, and it has authorized access only. Whoever wants cannot access it. Only authorized person gets access to it. DBMS has DDL, data definition queries in 4 types, like data definition language, data manipulation language, data control language, and data transaction language. Coming to data definition, here we have alter, create, drop, truncate, and rename. Coming to alter, in alter we can modify or add or modify and add the data. Like you can say alter table name, add data type, or any extra column you want to add. You can modify the previous given data type. Like if you have given char, you can name into varchar. Char is something like you only contain characters, like name. Anu has only characters. If you want to make it like Anu 598 is her roll number, so for that you have to use a data type varchar. So you can alter it. Previously you have defined it char, now you can alter it using alter table name and that particular data type from char to varchar. Using create, we create tables. Using drop, we completely drop the schema itself, and truncate also drop schema, doesn't even maintain or make restores. Rename is nothing but you can rename table names and all using the query. Rename old table name to new table name. Data manipulation languages are manipulate. The word itself says you can make changes. Select, insert, delete, and update. Delete, it can be rolled back. Schema will never get deleted. Only values or attributes inside it get deleted. Coming to data control language, we have grant, revoke. Grant is something like giving permission. You are granted permission. So grant is like giving permission. Revoke is nothing but you have granted the permission, but that fellow has not properly taken the advantage, like taken disadvantage. What do? You revoke. You take back the permission. You cut their wings. That is called revoke. Coming to data transaction language, it is nothing but commit, rollback, and save point. Wherein in rollback and save point, like you have thousands of code, so you maintain a checkpoint there, so that if you at all there is a error in 5th or 6th line, from that checkpoint you can just roll back and get to know only that error. If not, you have to again roll back and get from starting or scratch. You have to see where the error has occurred and all. So save points save your time. Not save points, sorry, checkpoints they are. What is an entity? Entity is a real world object. See, for example, you have a student employee or student college relationship between anything. Entities are students, whatever play a major role. Attribute is column and tuple is a row. What is an SQL? SQL is a structured query language wherein structured in the sense it has organized or they are organized properly and store, use data, monitor that data, and query implies whatever data we want to access, you can access it using a query. You have standard predefined queries to access it faster. Coming to OOPS concepts, this is the basic and the most important question asked in each and every interview round. So what is data abstraction? I'll just give a brief description about OOPS concepts. If you want with live real-time examples and all, you can comment below. I'll be coming with a new video on OOPS concepts, only on OOPS concepts. So what is data abstraction? Abstraction in the sense give only what you want, hide unwanted details. Like for data abstraction, for filling the, if see suppose your class teacher is filling a form, or class teacher details are shown, so does that show how much salary he get, when did he join? Okay, that can be shown, but in data abstraction his salary, his PhD's degree, all are hidden. How are those done? Using data abstraction. What is encapsulation? Encapsulation is nothing but wrapping of data and function together. In Java, function is called a method. In C++, we called it as function.